On this segment, we will be going over the French cutting technique. To prepare the haircut, do a section that separates the back to the front. When you use the French cutting technique method, you'll be using what is called large format cutting. For that, you need longer shears than normal, so you need a 6.5 to 7-inch blade. To demonstrate this technique, we'll be doing a flow haircut. Stop the video and practice this segment. We will start the haircut by cutting the perimeter on the back, and we will be looking at the 3 panels on the back of the head. To start this exercise, separate the hair on the back on the 3 sections and start on the centerpiece. Prior to cut the hair, you're going to comb the hair with a comb, and then you're going to use your fingers like this to control the panel. So comb it with your fingers up and down until you make the hair very nice and smooth. Take your time to do this movement until you feel comfortable doing it. As you can see, I'm using this finger to keep my blade steady. To complete this exercise, I want you to cut a straight line on the back. So I need you to be in front of the section as you cut it on the back, on the center, and then don't move your body and cut the right, and then cut the left. Check the position of your body on reference to the chair. On these educational videos, my body is to the side, so you guys can all see what I'm doing. Cut this hair long so we can have enough space so you can do a different haircuts as we go up. Stop the video and practice this segment. For this second exercise, to create a perimeter line, we're going to be using the point cutting technique. So I'm going to be using my finger to control the shears so it's stable. On this second case, versus stay on the center and don't move my body to the right and the left. I'm actually going to be moving my body to the right and the left to create a little bit soft oval. Here you can see how my body is in front of the section cutting. Check the position of your body on reference to the chair. Stop the video and practice this segment. In some cases, if you want to create a more dramatic oval shape, you can actually cut the centerpiece straight and then the 2 sides diagonal back. Repeat the same cutting technique and angle on the opposite side. Stop the video and practice this segment. Let's go to cut the perimeter on the size area as a frame. So I gotta choose where I want to start my frame, and then I already know where I ended it. On this case, you can see the comb, how it's guiding me from going from the back to the front using the same angle. As you can see on the French technique, I'm using my right hand and going from short upwards. In my opinion, the French cutting technique, cutting from the bottom up on the sides, is not the best way to cut hair. I always prefer to cut from the short to the long, as I push from short to long, from front to back. Stop the video and practice this segment. So after you've done this side, on the opposite side, use the technique going from short to long. You can use whichever feels more comfortable to you. Stop the video and practice this segment. At this point, we've done only about 5 cuts, 3 on the back and 2 on the sides, and look at how well it looks already. To achieve the perfect flow haircut with the French technique, you're going to use as a reference the bangs area, pull it up at 90 degrees and cut it on a square shape. This particular measurement will give us a completely round shape. Continue moving that guy backwards and keep cutting straight lines all the way to this point. This is exactly the point where the top panel meets the curved panel on the octagon. Stop the video and practice this segment. As you move backwards and you comb the hair at 90 degrees from the head, you'll be able to see very clearly how much hair you need to cut. As you can see on the first segment, I don't have to cut a lot of hair because it was part of the frame as well. As you can see here, I'm trying to look up for the octagon shape and see where actually the shape sits, so I can pull it at 90 degrees from this segment. So at this point we have cut the straight and then we're cutting the curve. Stop the video and practice this segment. At this point we're going to be cutting the layers on the side, on this panel on the flat of the octagon. As you can see, the guide that I gave from the side and the guide that is on the bottom is slightly shorter on the bottom than the top, so I'm getting a positive angle, a graduation shape on the sides. Continue using the same angle around the head. With the French technique, as you know, you can start on one side and you have to walk all around to the other side. So if you are a righty, you start on the right and go to the left, and if you are a lefty, you start on the left and go to the right. Check the position of your body on reference to the chair. Stop the video and practice this segment. Once we're done with all the mid area, connect the mid area with the top area, as you can see on this angle. Stop the video and practice this segment. To finish, we'll be cutting the lower part of the haircut. As you can see, I'm going to be connecting the length on the perimeter with the last previous cut that I cut on the middle section. Go from one side to the other. Check the position of your body on reference to the chair. So it's going to look like something like this: straight, out, and in. Stop the video and practice this segment. Let me dry the hair naturally so you can see the end result. The French technique is going to allow you to figure out how to connect the point A to point B in every single segment of the haircut, following the drawings that we did on the graphic design. You will be able to see very clear what kind of angle to cut on each segment of the head, if it's going to be neutral, positive, or negative. Here you can see all the angles that we have cut. Stop the video and practice this segment.